TIFU buying KY at Walmart. I went to Walmart to pick up some stuff. First item on my list, bottle of the old faithful KY jelly. I walked into the pharmacy section to find all of that paraphernalia is now locked in a glass box. I stood there in disbelief. I have to ask for access to slip and slide now? Am I 14 again? Seriously? I was about to walk off, not wanting to ask a stranger to unlock the box. I mean, vegetable oil is cheaper anyway, right? But then a female employee just happened to walk by and ask if I needed the box opened. I sheepishly nodded my head yes, trying not to make any noise that would attract unwanted attention from the 20 people in the pharmacy line. So out of her pocket comes the loudest keychain full of keys I've ever heard. People in the toy section turned to see what the noise was and then made their kids look away. Everyone in pharmacy turned and looked at me like, oh Karen, look at that fat creepy guy who is too good to budge organs like normal people. So as she's unlocking the box, she bangs those keys all over the glass, making even more noise as she opens the door. In haste to get out of the situation as fast as possible, I reach in and grab my preferred sex jelly product and turn to leave. She yells at me, with everyone watching, excuse me, I have to carry that to the front for you. Seriously? Please tell me no. Shampoo is starting to feel like a reasonable option at this point. So she grabs it out of my hand and starts walking. I won't have to shake the bottle, because this very energetic woman, 4'11" fireball, is dramatically waving hello at every single fellow employee with my tuggu in her hand. Meanwhile, I try to invisibility walk 5 paces behind her. Once my creep walk journey was finally at the front of the store, this woman led me past all the other customers, and hands the jerk jelly to the manager on duty, pointed at me and said in the loudest socially acceptable voice for someone watching a playoff football game, "This is for this man," and pointed at me. The manager on duty, yet another woman in my life that silently judges me, started walking without making eye contact, and says come this way. Well, I had planned to do that. But after this public Walmart humiliation, I'm not sure I can muster the concentration to make this purchase necessary. We made our way to self-checkout as she held the bottle with 2 fingers in an outstretched arm like a dirty diaper. That's when I realized, with all the unbelievable embarrassing display of following the hand waver to the front, I didn't get anything else on my list. My hand basket was completely empty. So my entire purchase was KY jelly. The lady looked at me and said, "Is this all you needed?" Well, yes, because I left my dignity back in pharmacy. And that is the story of my last Walmart purchase ever. TL, Doctor, I tried to buy KY at Walmart, but their new anti-theft policy requires dramatic public humiliation and shaming when buying any sex-related products, leading me to never shop at Walmart ever again. Final update. If it had been a can of Pizort oil at bowl cleaner, both employees would not have held the product in the air and waved it around, pointed at me and said this is for him, etc. I didn't ask to skip the line, but the manager held the product in the air so everyone that was pissed about me skipping the line would see what I was buying. They both did everything possible to attract as much attention as possible to have a good laugh. Walmart employees are so miserable they only enjoy their job when trying to humiliate customers. Final update number 2. Thank you for the kind Reddit gifts. They were my first ever. I'm happy you enjoyed it. It was embarrassing then, but it's funny now. Glad you agree. You should have said you needed a box of tissues when she asked if you needed anything else. And a cucumber. Why on earth is lube being treated this way? It's just a cheap liquid. I saw it was locked the other day and thought I would never get it there. I didn't even know that they had to walk it to the front. WTF is that? And the worst part is that people are not going to get the condones they need out of embarrassment. They aren't going to not have sex. I hope they see this and see that people are actually not going to go here anymore because of this. I used to work at a convenience store, and we kept the condoms up behind the register because they are commonly stolen, but we didn't make a big deal out of anyone purchasing them. Since they were right behind the counter, they just had to discreetly ask for a box. In fact, there was one time when a kid, probably 10 or 11 asked for a box. They're not age restricted, so I sold it to him. I saw him before, and if I had to guess, I think he was buying them for his 15-16-year-old brother, who had a girlfriend. I saw them in the store a time or two, and obviously didn't have enough balls to buy them himself. I was impressed that the younger brother had more confidence. Yeah, see mate, instead of being embarrassed, just roll with it like it's nothing. Bring that big dick energy to the table. Just look them in the eye and say it usually doesn't fit unless I lube them up first. This is a real life example of why people shop at Target. Not because of better prices, selection, or higher quality products. It's because it's not Walmart. I will gladly pay a little more to not shop at Walmart. There is literally a Walmart right around the corner from our house, less than a minute away, and I almost never go there because I cannot fucking stand to shop there. From the long ass checkout lines, the crowds of people navigating through the aisles of workers constantly stocking things, wobbly carts. Fuck that place. Target is heavenly in comparison. I honestly don't think they would be as successful without Walmart. They should just change their slogan to "We're not Walmart," and everyone would get it. TIFU by calling out of work and wasting a sick day, all because I literally cannot stop farting. Recently I came across this vegan food at Trader Joe's called tempeh. I'm not vegan, but I'm trying to eat cleaner. I meal prepped quite a few meals for the week, and last night I had 2 containers of pre-cooked tempeh. I woke up early this morning with the most god-awful farts one could imagine. My stomach churned and ached. Every minute a new fart was coming out, and the smell was rancid. You could smell it and literally think my pants were full of shit. Never before in the history of being alive did I think I'd have to call out of work for farting too much, but it's 5:20 p.m. on the west coast and I'm still letting them rip. I'm pretty sure I cannot handle soy, seeing as how this tempeh product is pretty much a soy-based vegan food. Never again will I eat this stuff. I have never had such terrible stomach aches before. TL, doctor, I tried starting off the new year eating a clean vegan food but found out it makes me fart uncontrollably, which caused me to waste a sick day at work. I once had a proper bowel disturbance on the train. No toilets on this shitty little train, so I had to wait and wait. It was getting impossible to keep in by the end of the journey. I was afraid I would spew diarrhea everywhere at any moment. The train ended at Farringdon, a London station. Back when this happened, stations weren't the nice places with toilets you have now. There was one dingy toilet at the top of the stairs. I got there with some relief, and there was an out of order sign on it. Ignoring that, I kicked the door in. The need was too great. The toilet was a war zone. However, it was my sanctuary. I sat down and just farted for about 5 minutes. Like constant air. Fuck knows where it had come from. No poo at all. My insides must have just been inflated by something, because I'm not kidding, I've not farted 1/100th of that amount before or since, and I've had a colonoscopy. Did you try holding your breath and having someone scare you? Are you trying to make him explode like a poop-filled balloon? Today I farted uncontrollably, TIFU. Didn't think my post would capture so much attention. Those asking about my username, my mom used to use the term pee-pee thing, and when I was 5 I came out of my bedroom yelling my pee-pee thing itches, and it sent the family into a laughing fit that none of us has ever had before. It was actually a good memory of mine from when I was a kid. Not many good memories, but that was a good one. From what you're saying, it doesn't sound like you wasted a sick day at all. TIFU by sleeping with earplugs. This is like out of a damn cartoon. A couple of days ago the cows in my village were going absolutely bonkers. Me not being able to sleep and having an exam in the morning had the $1 billion idea to take my most soundproof earplugs and go to sleep. I fell asleep in like 5 minutes. I also like to set my ringtone to a very quiet bird noise so I don't wake up scared to death and stressed. Of course, how I should have foreseen, I didn't hear my alarm and overslept by 3 fucking hours. When I woke up, my exam had been over for an hour. Now this is not that big of a deal. I just have to get a doctor's note and I can retake it. So off to the doctor's office I go, trying to fix this mess. I had to come up with a reason why I couldn't go to my exam today. I told the doctor I had massive ear pain, a headache, and some nausea. Doctor checked me and I ended up having an infected wisdom tooth. I just didn't notice it somehow. I had some pain here and there, but it felt like it was coming out of my temporomandibular joint, which I have had problems with before. Anyway, at least I have my doctor's note now. First problem fixed. I chose to get said wisdom tooth pulled because it was crooked anyway and the infection would probably reoccur. Mom drives me to the dental surgeon. I got drugged up real good. Tooth pulled, everything went fine. Got in the car with mom, told her about every time I have done drugs, and about all of the gay sex I have had. She didn't know I was gay. Now I am in a shit ton of pain, my mom won't look me in the eyes anymore, and I can't sleep because the cows are going insane again. TL, doctor, tried to bamboozle my doctor into giving me a doctor's note because I overslept my exam, ended up having to get my wisdom tooth pulled and came out to my mother high off my ass. 1. This did not happen in one day. It was over the course of 3 days. 2. I will not use the enter button ever. 3. Earplugs are Purifit Moldex, work great if inserted properly. 4. The drug was triazolam. 5. Barely passed the exam. It was math and unfortunately I am gay. 6. Jesus Christ, I forgot old people use Reddit. Gays are bad at math. It's a fact. You've lived more in the past couple of days than I have in my entire life. That story got wilder and wilder by the second. Wow, that TLDR is wild. I'm trying to figure out how someone could just walk into a doctor on same day appointment, also get their teeth checked, get a wisdom extraction same day, and pay for it all. In a rural environment, no less. Crazy. Can't be anywhere in the US, unless rich. Now this is the kind of TIFU I came here for. Not all that made up fantasy NSFW shit that usually gets posted here. I read this in one breath.